Number 31 asks us to graph this function and then find if the inverse is a function as well. So we'll graph it just as normal, as we normally would, and then we'll use the horizontal line test to see if the inverse is a function. So remember, the vertical line test will tell you if what you're looking at is a function. The horizontal line test will tell you if its inverse is a function. So let's plug in some random x values here. We'll make a table. Some of you may know how to graph this just by looking at it, but we'll use a table here for those of you who have forgotten. Okay, let's do -2, 0, and 2. We'll keep it simple. If we plug in -2, that's going to give us -2 squared with a 1/4 out front, and then -1. -2 squared is +4, so that's going to be 1/4 times 4 minus 1. 1/4 times 4 is the same as 4 divided by 4, so that's 1 minus 1, which is 0. Let's plug in 0. So that's 1/4 times 0 squared minus 1. Well, 0 squared is 0. Multiply that by 1/4, you get 0. So we have 0 minus 1. That is -1. And let's look at 2. So if we plug in 2, we'll have 1/4 times 2 squared minus 1. This is going to turn out to be exactly the same as when we plugged in -2. So we'll have 4 there. That cancels. 1 minus 1 is 0. Plot those 3 points. That'll be good enough for our purposes. -2 zeros right there, 2 zeros right here, and 0, -1. So it's going to look something like that. Don't need to worry too much about accuracy because, again, all we're looking for is whether or not it passes the horizontal line test. So that is, can I draw a horizontal line anywhere on the graph and have it not cross more than once? And this fails the horizontal line test. There are 2 points there where it crosses. So the inverse is not a function. And in fact, if you looked at the inverse, it would look something like this as a very rough sketch. So you can see if we did the vertical line test with what I just drew, I'll do that with a black line, it would fail the vertical line test. So the inverse is not a function.